Hi friends, I'm Chelsea and I'm here with my July TBR. Normally I do a TBR jar video where I pick prompts and let that kind of determine what I read in a certain month, but I'm kind of just feeling like mood reading a little bit this summer. I kind of want to keep it a little more open-ended this month. I'm probably going to do a couple TBR jar prompts just because it's really fun, but I already have a couple books that I know I want to read this month. Then I'm just gonna leave some space for whatever I'm feeling. I'm gonna start as usual with my book club picks because I have a couple. So first up, one of my in-person book clubs, we are going to be reading The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. This is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series. We all read the first book in the series, The Thursday Murder Club, and it's just a fun, like cozy mystery centered in a retirement home, and it features 4 elderly people. I forgot their names, but they take on this murder case and they're pretty hilarious and pretty talented at being detectives. So I believe that the second book is just continuing in their story, but I think it's a new murder. I'm going to be listening to it on audiobook and hopefully that will come in soon from the library. I'm excited to read that and talk about it with my book club friends. And then the other 2 are from Ellen Made Book Club. So I mentioned her before. She's starting to do book club books every month, and 2 of her book club choices really appealed to me, so I thought I would jump on that as well. They're 2 books that have been on my list for a long time, so it's just the push that I needed to get to them. So the first one I'm really excited about. This is A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. Somehow I have never read this, even though I say that he's like one of my favorite authors. I've only read Beartown and Anxious People by him, loves them both, and I know a lot of people love this book. They say that it's like one of their favorites of his or just in general. So this is long overdue. I did see the movie with Tom Hanks and really enjoyed it, and I'm very curious to see what I'll think about the book. It's about a very grumpy, curmudgeonly man named Uwe. I don't know if that's his first or last name. He's just kind of stuck in his ways, lives alone. He has a cat, I believe. Yeah, there's a cat on the cover. One day these new people move into his neighborhood. I think it's a family with some kids. They run into his mailbox and it's not a great start, but I think it's just a story of forming friendships and just opening yourself after being closed off for a long time. I've heard it's very emotional and I'm very excited to read this with Ellen and whoever else joins in on this. And then the other one from her book club that I want to read is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I have been wanting to check out her writing for a very long time. I've never read anything of hers, but I've heard that she's kind of like a classic dystopian sci-fi Black author. So very excited to check that one out. Apparently it's set in 2024, so it feels very fitting, and I've heard that it's kind of disturbing how similar it is to what's going on in our world. I don't really know much about the plot. I've heard that it's a little too close to home. So I love a good dystopian story, and especially with it being set in 2024, I think this will be a great time to read that book. So those are my book club choices. Otherwise, I know that it's Jane Austen July, and she's one of my favorite classic authors, so I was considering rereading Pride and Prejudice or potentially reading a new one that I haven't read, like Northanger Abbey or Mansfield Park. Those would probably be my top choices. We'll see. I know some people are joining in on Jane Austen July, so that might be something on my radar. And then I'm currently reading Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I know Just for the Summer is the 3rd part of like this series. They're kind of like standalones, but they're interconnected. I have a library hold for Just for the Summer, and so I'm hoping that once I finish this one, I can quickly start that one. I haven't gotten the book yet, but hoping that I can do that. And then also I am hoping to read a Brandon Sanderson book. Not the next Stormlight book. I'll probably save that for August, but I am thinking maybe one of his novellas or Warbreaker. I had mentioned this in my last video, either Edge Dancer or Warbreaker probably. I'll just see what I can find audiobook wise on the library, and that's just kind of continuing in the Cosmere to get more understanding of the Stormlight Archives and the world and all that. I think that is it for book clubs and books like just on my radar. I'm probably just gonna do 2 prompts this time just to save myself a little extra room for mood reading. So I'm just gonna do 2 prompts, and I'm probably gonna make them both physical books because I have a good amount of potential audiobooks. Gotta shake it up real good, you know. I haven't put new prompts in here in a while. I should probably do that. There's a lot like clumped together. Got like 7 here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I love this so much. A book you've been putting off. That's just great. Thanks. Thanks for giving me that for the summer. Okay, so book I've been putting off. Well, I keep putting this one on my TBR and not reading it, but I'm not gonna do that to myself again. So let's see. Book I've been putting off. I've been putting off Us Against You, but I'm already reading a Frederick Bachman this month, so I might hold off on that one. I've been putting off Demon Copperhead. I want to read it, but I'm kind of scared, and I don't know if this is the time for that. Things We Cannot Say. I have been putting that one off. I don't know why. Historical fiction. Let's see what's back here. Okay, My Brilliant Friend. Maybe. This is one that I'm very interested in. 100 Years of Solitude. A classic that apparently is like Encanto in a book. Heard lots of great things. I think I know which one I'm gonna pick, actually. I think I'm gonna pick this one, The Things We Cannot Say by Kelly Rimmer. So I've actually borrowed this one from a friend. I've had it for at least a year, maybe 2 years. It's been a long time. I really should read this so I can give it back to her because I feel kind of bad. I've read her other book, The Warsaw Orphan, which actually came out after this one, and I think there's like a character in both of them that's connected. I really liked that one, and I really love World War II historical fiction. I've just been putting this one off, but I should definitely read this and return it to my friend. So let's see, this says, in 1942, Europe remains in the relentless grip of war. Just beyond the tents of the Russian refugee camp she calls home, a young woman speaks her wedding vows. It's a decision that will alter her destiny, and it's a lie that will remain buried until the next century. I think it's set in Poland. It says, slipping between Nazi-occupied Poland and the frenetic pace of modern life. It weaves together 2 women's stories into a tapestry of perseverance, loyalty, love, and honor. Okay, so I think it goes from the past until now, potentially, and follows 2 women. I definitely would like to read a historical fiction. Thank you, TBR jar prompt. Okay, so number 2. Sorry if you hear mowing in the background. Today is yard day at my apartment complex, so that's great. Oh, another great one. Ugly Cover. Okay, cool. I just love to pick books that don't appeal to me. Okay then. Again, let's look around back. Okay, well, I have joked about this one. Not my favorite cover. It's kind of silly. It is Puffin Classics though. I know some people like collecting those. This is Anne of Avonlea, the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series. The first one was just a delight, and someone was just talking the other day about how much they just love this series so much. That's a good option. I don't have a lot of ugly cover books because I like to buy pretty books, you know? Okay, I don't love this cover. It's kind of just blah. It's not anything amazing. I don't know if I'm feeling this right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I guess I'll just go with Anne of Avonlea. I do want to read this, and it's pretty short, right? It's okay. It's almost 400 pages. It looks small because it's like, if you compare it to a normal size book, it's tiny, except this one's actually kind of big. Here, let's have a size comparison. We got this big one, and we got this normal size book, and then we got this tiny book. So 3 different book sizes here. But okay, I think I'll add Anne of Avonlea by L.M. Montgomery. It's just continuing on. Anne is half past 16, and she's ready to begin a new life teaching in her old school. She's as feisty as ever and is fiercely determined to inspire young hearts with her own ambitions. But some of her pupils are as boisterous and high-spirited as Anne, and so life in her Avonlea classroom becomes a lesson in discovery and adventure. Okay, so that felt kind of short for the TBR jar, but like I said, I do want to leave room for mood reading and not feeling like attached or beholden to my TBR. Summer just feels like I want to be a little more flexible, you know? I will recap though what I'm gonna read. I only have 3 physical books here, and like I said, I'm waiting for one from the library, and then I think the rest will be audiobooks most likely. So for my physical books, we have The Things We Cannot Say by Kelly Rimmer. This is a book I've been putting off. We have Anne of Avonlea by L.M. Montgomery. This is an ugly cover, sorry. And then we have A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman. This is for Ellen Maid Book Club. And then also for Ellen Maid Book Club, we have Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. My in-person book club, we have The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. And then hopefully just for the summer by Abby Jimenez, and potentially a Jane Austen book, maybe. And potentially a Brandon Sanderson book, maybe. I think that is it. We'll see what else I'm feeling throughout the month, how much reading I'm able to get in. So as always, let me know if you read any of these books, or if you want to join in and read any of them with me. Also, what are you hoping to read in July? Are you sticking to a TBR, or are you doing more mood reading? Talk to me in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.